Hello everyone, this is AgedGraceful. Welcome to my channel. This is the month of September and it's time for another Beauty Over 40 makeup collab. This month we'll be using brand new products and it's also our founder's birthday month. So we want to say happy birthday, Lavinia. Thank you so much for all your wonderful ideas and for being the coordinator and founder of this group. We appreciate you. So I'm going to be pulling the first of one of my brand new products. On PR, I was given the brand new palette from Gourmand Girl Cosmetics, Spooked, which I will be using in this video. Gourmand Girl Cosmetics is owned by Christina Gourmand. Christina is one of the sweetest persons that I know. She is very kind and thoughtful, and I appreciate the opportunity that you've given me to use your palette for one of my looks. Thank you so very much, Christina. The palette Spooked is just one of the many items in her large repertoire of indie brand products. The Spook palette was a collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. It contains 5 duochromes, 1 shimmer, and 8 buttery pigmented mattes. This beautiful palette retails for $54.99, but you can get yours with 10% off using the code AgedGraceful10, which I will leave in my description box area of this video. I will also be leaving the link to Christina's online website. So guys, here is my palette. I was super excited to receive this palette in the mail earlier this year, I believe in February, around Valentine's Day. Christina was a friend to the Sunday Skin live stream, and she came as my guest and talked about this very palette. So Christina, again, congratulations, and again, thank you for sending me my palette. This palette contains some of the most beautiful shades. I want to use this palette in a way that is more specific for maturing, aging skin, especially my age of 65. So I'm going to go soft with these colors. The first shade that I selected closely resembles my own skin tone, and it's called Spellbook. And I'm running this right up under the brow and alongside of my nose. The next shade that I'm selecting is called Scream. Both Spellbook and Scream are mattes. This shade I'm going to apply to my outer V, my crease and socket area. And then I'm going to blend the two together. And I'm using the same brush for both of these shades. This brush is a Rephr number 1. Next, with my finger, I'm going to apply this Duochrome Pumpkin. This Duochrome has a base of, I'm going to say, a peachy orange, and then it has the glitter and an assortment of iridescent shades. So what I'm seeing, guys, is a shift between a peachy, orangey, pumpkin, and green is what I'm actually seeing. Very beautiful. Now that I have the shade Pumpkin on, I'm going to use a clean brush and I'm going to blend. And just slightly where the Scream meets with the shade Pumpkin. Now I'll take a makeup removing wipe and I'm going to clean up the fallout. So as I was cleaning the fallout, my head kept bobbing back and forth towards the palette and that shade called Apple Bob, which is a beautiful green shimmer. I'm like, should I do it? And I decided to do it. Let's see how it comes out. So with a small, tiny Morphe brush, I grabbed some of that shade and I decided to place it right in my inner corner. If you guys can remember, I did say in the beginning of the video that I wanted to keep this look mature skin appropriate, for lack of a better word. But what's wrong with a little pizzazz from this beautiful palette? So I've got that green Apple Bob shade in my inner corner. And now it's time for my favorite liquid eyeliner, e.l.f. So I'm just going to work on placing down a winged liner effect. And it's different every time. I can never get it consistent, but I try to get it equal each time I do a liquid eyeliner look on both eyes, because the liquid can get away from you if you don't take the excess off the end of your applicator. So I rather move in small, thin strokes as I do this. I'm also using my small magnification mirror so I can get a close-up look at my hairline so that I can get it as equal as possible. Fun fact, nobody in Beauty Over 40 is a makeup artist except for the founder. The remaining ladies, we are makeup enthusiasts. We all love makeup, so we try to do the best that we can. And I think that overall we do a pretty good job. I have received comments in the past from people that say that when people who are not makeup artists do their makeup so that others can learn, that they feel more comfortable learning from someone who is an ordinary everyday person just like they are. And I can understand that. So next I'll be revealing my second brand new product for me, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I picked up a bottle from Ulta. I picked up shade number 525. When I put it on in the camera, it came off on the orangey side. And so I grabbed the one that I love to use, my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation in shade 5N2. And I put that on my forehead area. And then I did take what was left over and kind of put it on my cheeks to kind of cool down some of that orange. But these are the foundations side by side. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section what you guys think about that. So now it's time for my highlighting concealer. You guys know I'm absolutely in love and will never ever leave the LA Pro Girl concealer, which is a full coverage concealer. And for highlighting, I use shade, it's not a number, I was getting ready to say a number. I use the shade Warm Honey. If you look at your face in a mirror after you've washed it and put on just a little bit of moisturizer, You can see the reflection bounce off the mirror in your normal places that you're naturally highlighted on your face. So when you do a highlighting concealer, you just want to put a little bit on those same areas of your complexion. However, here in my marionette lines, that's where you can see the signs of aging. So it's dark there. So I put a little concealer in that marionette line to kind of camouflage the deepness or the darkness, if that makes sense. After I've applied the concealer, I take a dampened sponge and then I begin to pat that concealer into the skin, into your complexion, until it kind of blends with the foundation. So here I'm going back into the palette and I picked up some more of that shade called Spellbound, and I'm using that to carve out and contour my nose. Next, it's time for me to take some setting powder and apply to all the areas of my complexion that I put the concealer. I use setting powder by the Crayon Case in shade Y. This is an important step because if you do not set your concealer, it will crack and you will have fine lines. The fine lines will then begin to load up with all the oils that are naturally in your skin. So now I've dipped back into the palette to pick up some more of that shade Spellbook. I'm using this to finish the contour on my complexion. I'm going in the shape of a 3. And this works best for me. If I lay down that shape of a 3, then I know that I have placed my bronzer in the correct position. And it's just what works best for me. This brush that I'm using is dual-ended. I use the smaller end to apply the bronzer and then the wider, fluffier end to buff it out. Afterwards, I've taken a fluffy brush and I'm just dusting off and knocking off the excess setting powder. Now it's time for my eyebrows. I'll be using the Precisely My Brow by Benefit in shade number 4. I don't do a lot. I take the spoolie in and I brush my brows upward, and then I take the pencil side and I tend to more or less just fill in and deepen like the tail end. And that's all I do. Once I get the color onto my brows, then I take the spoolie in once more and I brush it through so that it looks more natural. So unfortunately, off camera, I added the shade Spirit to my brow bone. And I also used that same shade as highlight. I thought that I had it recorded, but I did not have the camera on, so I do apologize for that. Now it's time for my setting spray, and I'll be using a quick couple of sprays of the Morphe setting spray. That's another one of my favorites. So now it's time for lashes. Today I'll be using Kiss Lashes. This is the Naked Drama collection, and the style is called Chiffon. So here I'm just demonstrating the way to detect your lashes should you mislay them or put them down and forget which is which. But the lashes on the inner corner are shorter than the ones on the outer V. That's a sure way to detect which lash is your right and which is your left, because it won't feel right. If the lash is too long, then it will go into your eye on your inner corner and it will irritate you. You know how that feels if you've ever mixed them up before, but that's the way to tell. So now I'm applying my lash adhesive. This is my favorite lash adhesive, Lash. Should I leave that in as a blooper? My favorite lash adhesive. It's the Duo Quick Set. I absolutely love it because you can't put on lashes that are not tacky. And this glue sets up in a matter of seconds rather than like minutes. I've even found like after a full minute that the regular Duo glue is still too loose and it won't adhere to your lash line. So I really love the Duo Quick Set. It has a blue and white box with a blue band and it says Quick Set. It's very hard to find. I've only been able to locate it at CVS. So give it a try. The Duo Quick Set may be a new product to some of you guys. To apply my lashes, I always use my 20 times magnification mirror. You don't have to have a 20 times. I just enjoy using it because I don't have any problem putting that lash against my lash line. And you see how I put the lash up there and it just grabbed my lash line. And so now I'm just more or less adjusting the corners. And that's it. So here's another new product that I found that I hadn't used yet, and it's actually an eyeliner by LA Colors, and it's in brown. And I'm using it as a lip liner. Yes, I am. I'm going against all the rules, but in makeup, there aren't any rules because I used eyeshadow as highlighter, didn't I? So now I'll add my lip color. I'm using Black Radiance's matte lipstick, and this is in the shade First Lady. It's also another one of my favorites. So here it is, guys, my final look. I certainly hope that you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have bringing it to you. Thank you again, Christina, for sending me this lovely eyeshadow palette. And guys, please don't forget, as always, please visit the other ladies' channels to support them. I'll be leaving their links in my description box area. And if you're not subscribed to the AgedGraceful channel, take this opportunity now to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of my next upload. Everyone have a wonderful day. See you in my next video. Bye.